Howdy friends, it's time to make our Easter Island faces today. You're gonna need a brown lunch bag and a Sharpie, and a lunch tray with black and white paint on it that you're gonna mix together to make gray. But first, let's explore this little bag here. Put your hand inside of your bag before you get started today and open it up. Check it out, there's actually 5 sides to this bag. There's a side on the top. Don't forget about that one. So 5 sides, and we need to cover all 5 sides with gray paint. Since we're not going to be finishing or taking home our sculptures today, you need to open your bag and write your name and code inside of it. That way you don't cover it with paint if you write it on the outside. And we can give it back to you for next time. It'll have your name on it. Okay, next step is to mix up some gray paint. Your lunch tray is going to look like this. It kind of looks like an eyeball. It's got white and a little bit of black in it. Do the pinch and twist for this, just like you did when you made the bases, so that the paint doesn't get too runny. And start mixing up that paint. It looks really cool when you first start mixing it. It's all marbly and stuff. Ooh, that looks so cool. But you don't want to stop there when you're mixing paint. You want to keep mixing and mixing until it's all a new color. In this case, the color is going to be gray. We're using gray to cover this entire bag today to make it look like a rock. Remember, those Easter Island's big sculptures of the heads are made of rock. So that's why we're using gray today. When you start to paint your bag, you can lay it flat on the table like this and hold it down with your other hand. And then paint the entire side of that bag, all the edges, even if you get some on the table. No peekaboo spots allowed, definitely not in this case. Okay, let's get one thing clear here. Today, you're gonna get a little bit of paint on your hands. It's just gonna happen. When I'm holding that little corner of that side, I'm getting paint on my hands. Look, but it's okay. I can wipe it with the rag. Next, start painting the opposite side of what you just did. You might want to wipe the table if you feel like it, or just leave it messy until the end. Whatever makes you more comfortable. Okay, let's paint the opposite side of this bag. For this, you're not going to want to flip it over and lay it on the table because it's going to mess up the paint on the other side. So you're going to put your hand inside of the bag, and then it's almost like you're painting on top of your hand. Your hand is underneath that side of the bag to make a hard surface so that you can paint it. And it almost feels like you're painting your hand. And you'll have to move your hand up and down and even around the inside of the bag so that you can make that hard surface for your paintbrush everywhere it needs to go. So up in this corner, I moved my fingers inside of the bag up to those corners and that edge so that I can get paint on there easily. Has anybody noticed that I haven't dunked my paintbrush in the water cup? Huh. It's because we're not changing colors at all right now. We're painting it all gray. So there's no reason for me to get my paintbrush all watery and waste paint by cleaning it in the water. There's no reason really to clean your paintbrush right now because it's all gray. So the water is not very useful today, just at the beginning. Okay, time to move on to the next side. All the rest of the sides of this bag you're gonna have to paint while your arm is inside of it. And again, you're gonna have to move your hand around to kind of support the paper while you paint it, see? And I'm getting paint all over my hands, huh? But it's not on purpose, and it's only to cover the edges of my bag. So I can use a rag later to wipe it off when I'm done. Here I am finishing the fourth side, and you might think I'm done, but no, I need to paint the top of the bag as well. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but to paint the top of this bag, yes, my hand is still gonna be inside of it, but to make it flatter so that I can actually paint on it, I'm gonna kind of crush or crunch my bag. I can always uncrunch it later. Since it's all wet and painty, it's kind of flexible, so I can always kind of stretch it back out, see? Yes. Okay, let's check it out. We got the top all finished. We have all four sides finished. It's time to let this bad boy dry. Movie magic. It is all dry now. Then and only then can you paint the face of your Easter Island head. You are going to flatten your dry bag that looks more like a rock now. And on the wide side of the bag, not the skinny side of the bag, on the fatter side of the bag, you are going to paint a face. Use the pinch and twist. It helps keep your lines for the face nice and neat. Let's start with a big old eyebrow for this guy. The Easter Island heads seem to look almost grumpy or upset, and they had these big linear or liney foreheads. So we're going to do that at the top of our paper like that. Then right underneath our big eyebrows, you are going to paint two eyes. The eyes should be on either side of your eyebrows. And if you want your sculpture to look kind of normal, you'll paint them the same size. If you want them to look kind of kooky or crazy, you could paint those eyes two different sizes. That'd be kind of crazy. Next, in between your eyes, you're going to paint a big Squidward nose. Squidward has a nose that kind of is shaped like a bottle? Yeah, it kind of looks like a water bottle or something. It's very long and round at the end. After you painted your nose, it's time to add a mouth, and you get to be really creative with this. You could do a smiley face, a frowny face, a surprised face. You can add teeth, vampire teeth, buck teeth, regular old teeth. You can be really creative with the mouth. This part especially. So I decided to make him look a little bit grumpy, a little bit upset, and I painted two buck teeth sticking out right there. He looks very cool. I like him. You know your face is done when you have eyebrows, two eyes, a nose, and a mouth, at least. If you think of something else cool that you'd like to add to your face, just ask, and I'll let you know if it will work or not. This needs to dry out. Next time, we're gonna stuff him with plastic bags and glue him onto our bases. Hope you had fun. See you later.